Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. And I can't stop grinning. Today...
Oh, we love you, Dave.
We have with us...
Broken everything.
We have with us Sammy and Little Sammy. Badger.
Hello.
Jeff.
Yo.
Manda. And Jen.
Hi.
And my voice isn't posh. Right, I have some new banner that none of the people here can see.
Badgers is.
Badgers is poshy. But
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it also helps that he's quieter. Right, let's see whether or not this new thing works. None of you can see, but they can see. Do you want the link?
Ooh, what can they see?
Now you can see my new box. Would you like to play with my new box?
Dave's got a new car.
I do.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, that's pretty, Dave. You got a pretty box.
But it's the code that's
Dave.
attached to it that's more fun. Go on, Sammy.
I can't see it, so you'll have to tell me.
I have to tell you.
Not that I'd be able to. Not that I'd be able to tell anyway. But does it have that new box smell?
It does. It's lovely and grey and smooth. And when I took the plastic off it,
Something fishy about this.
right. The point being, I don't have to find the questions. I press a button and they appear. So it makes me changing the numbers in the middle of the game slightly harder, but you know, we can work with that. But I shouldn't get the numbers wrong anymore.
You've done well, Dave. You've done well.
Right.
You're a clever man.
No. First question.
No. All right, we're holding you to that.
I didn't like that. Right. Question 334. Have you ever acted like an idiot in front of someone you like/admire, who you would actually liked to have impressed?
Oh yeah, all the fucking time.
I'm sure I have.
You've seen me when I do live streams with other people and when I go on other people's live streams, haven't you?
Yes, but you actually want to impress anyone.
The audience.
Badger?
You went quiet. Are you shy?
Be quiet.
I ran out of words.
You have a quote to do, Badger?
My brain just went, no, I got nothing.
You don't want to impress anyone. You prefer to give off a vibe with your look.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Oh, someone told me it's Earth Day today, so here we go. I'm on the plastic wrap.
You are. It would have been all the more impressive if you'd been on the plastic wrap because it was Earth Day, rather than being told because you were on it.
What?
Yeah, that's
I lost
the way
track of that
round it is.
entire bit.
He was on the plastic raft before he was told it was Earth Day.
Oh, the plastic. Oh, raft. You said raft.
What did you think?
I don't want to say what I thought you said.
Purple says, hasn't everyone done this at some point? Mathpig says, every first impression, especially if it's someone you want to date. There's Burble. Nerdy, no, I don't do things to impress other people. That would imply I give a damn. And frankly, my dear. Manda.
Yeah, no, honestly, all the time.
Since when were you,
I
Manda?
probably have.
I used to all know my Bill Nye story. I met him a while back, and we had a conversation about dark matter. And I just wish I knew more when I talked to him. So I guess I wasn't an idiot, but I felt like an idiot afterwards because I felt like I should have known more. So I don't know. That's my story.
Now you know how I feel in just about every live stream I'm in with anyone.
You need more bluff.
But Jeff, that depends on the topic. Like, if you were doing a live stream about soccer, I'd feel like a complete dunce. I also wouldn't enjoy it at all, but I'd feel like a complete dunce.
Why would you do that, though? Then
I always look terrible bluff because I don't put enough points in.
Jeff might want to do a live stream about soccer. I don't know why I would join it, to be honest.
That's
Amanda, could you speak
That would be the
up?
dumb thing.
God damn it!
Badger, turn your
No, fuck you guys.
speakers up.
I
Jen,
turn my speakers up,
um,
everyone will still be louder than me.
the worst thing is, Badger, you're still quite quiet. But you're not going to fix that.
I hear him all right.
Jen.
I am fine.
Jen?
What?
Hello?
Yeah, what? Yes, I'm here.
Answer the question.
I did.
Who?
Oh shit.
What?
Who?
Who what did I do that with?
Yes.
Let's try that.
Or was there another question?
No, no. Who have you acted like an idiot in front of?
Oh, who?
Yeah.
So many people. So many times. You've seen me drunk, Dave.
But are you trying to impress anyone at that point?
Occasionally. I've been in streams. Okay, the first time I was on a stream with Aaron Ra, because the stream got ahead of itself and I was so lagged that I couldn't actually communicate at all because there was just so much going on. And of course, there was Sarah Michelle and Callan fighting throughout the entire stream, and I felt like a complete prat.
I would never have thought those two would fight.
You never have what? Thought those two words? Complete prat. I think that describes me quite well a lot of the time.
Sammy.
Yeah. So apparently that. Oh no. I broke it. Ignore me.
Sammy.
Year 10 high school. It was a 70s themed disco, and someone was sort of talking me up how fast I could run. I was one of the fastest at the school, and a bunch of girls said, "Oh, we want to see it." And of course, I was wearing really tight pants and a tie-dyed button-up shirt, and we're racing down the road, and I don't know if you've ever done it, but one of those times when you're running and you don't feel your feet come off the ground or anything, but you just see the road start coming towards your face.
Yes.
I Supermaned probably a good 5 or 6 meters. It was an old, very coarse road, not like a smooth tar. But long story short, I had a very, very uncomfortable disco in very tight clothes, pressing against very sore road rash.
But did you get sympathy from the girls, or did they laugh at you?
I got quite a bit of sympathy, so I guess it paid off. But,
Yes.
I don't know that it was worth it.
Now you've mentioned Superman, I got a story to tell about one of my brother's friends. He was a bit of a show-off, and he used to call himself Superman. And we were all sitting in my parents' lounge room this day, and he's visiting, and he runs around the corner of the lounge room, and jumps up in the air, throws his arms out wide, and goes, "Da-da-da-da-da-da, Superman!" And he hit his head across the top of the door frame and scalped himself.
Oh!
Oh,
He's on the ground with his hands on his head, blood pissing out there, and we are pissing ourselves laughing at him. I mean,
horrible.
he was in pain, but it was so funny.
Dave, did you answer?
Well, I was too young to drive at the time, but one of my brother's mates managed to get himself together enough to drive him to the hospital. He got about 10 stitches.
Bill said, Merv from Eat Static, that's another interesting story. I mean, I'm constantly trying to impress people and failing.
Okay.
I've kind of given up trying to impress people. I bumble in a way that I hope is endearing.
You hope is endearing.
Aww. You know, it was quite endearing last night when you were grumbling about Star Wars.
Grumbling? He was growling.
Okay, he was growling, yes. But he's
growling
a badgers do that.
I was growling so much that I made myself sad.
Yes.
It was a sad badger.
Sad. The whole fucking thing made me sad. God damn it.
Right. Next question. Question 335. What? Which?
Did I answer that last question or not?
You gave a very
I don't know.
generic answer.
I could say I was trying to impress. I was embarrassing that I was trying to impress Amanda with my Jar Jar impression yesterday, but it backfired.
Ew.
I don't want to be bringing that one up, Jeff. No.
I'm not going to do it. I promise you. All right, I'm not going to do it today.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not a
do
bad
mine.
impression, though, Jeff. I'll give you that.
It could be a once in a while kind of thing, not like maybe once a year or something. We'll bring it out.
Yeah, once a year I can deal with.
An entire 2-hour episode with that's the only voice you use.
Oh, no. Fuck you guys. No.
Right.
I think I'd get tired of it after 10 minutes.
I don't think you'd be able to talk after 10 minutes.
You sure you?
Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did answer.
I did answer.
Kind of.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yes. Right.
All right.
Are you going to hold him to his answers tonight, Amanda?
Yes. Shh.
Wait, what?
I mean, you're going to make him answer. We tried last night. It just wouldn't work. He would not answer.
He
No, I know he
answers
did
when
this
I
time.
tell him to. So that's why I'm here.
Well, you tell
That's
him.
why you're here. Right.
You're here to make sure Dave does the right thing.
Right. Question 300 and
Fucking job.
question 300.
You have the remote control to the buzzer.
Shut the fuck up, Janet. Let him ask the question.
Question 335. What is the more admirable quality? Consistency or the ability to change one's mind?
Oh, the second one.
Oh,
I'd
shit.
say the second one. It depends on why you're changing your mind.
Yeah.
You know.
You're changing your mind
Both are
for
admirable.
good reason. And
Just someone just
idiotic.
randomly flip-flopping based on public
Yeah,
opinion.
but that's what it feels like. So I would pick A.
Yeah.
You think
If you
consistency?
change your mind too much,
Yes.
If you change
I'm
your
going
mind
with
too
B
much,
because if you can't change your mind, then I consider that a problem. People who can't change their mind and depending on why they're changing their mind, but yeah, if you can't change your mind, then I think that's a major personality flaw.
I don't think the question says, can you change your mind? It's about your ability to do it. Just feels like it's a lot of flip-flopping. I think if you're going to change your mind, there should be some push to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I agree.
that's
I
why
100% agree.
consistency.
So,
I think Dave needs to actually define his question better.
see, the logical way to answer it is to say consistently change your minds to answer, but that doesn't sound like very admirable at all.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
To consistently change your mind when you're proven wrong.
That'd be a better one.
Yeah.
And I've got to say that I am that happens to me quite a lot. So
I have difficulties with this question because I really value consistency, because people tend to be quite inconsistent in my view, especially when you're trying to organize things. Trying to think of a good example, but let's use working schedules as an example. When you are trying to just do a job and they keep changing when you're supposed to be there, I literally can't handle that.
No.
If you call me on a day and say we need you to come in 4 hours later, that ruins my entire day.
Yes.
I'm probably going to be incapable of doing the work at all that day.
yeah,
So consistency for me.
Consistency.
Yeah,
Consistency.
me
I think it
Although
really
I'd like to-
depends on how you define each of those work.
Of course it does.
Things, and that's
Yeah.
the. And it could be either or, really, depending on which way what context it's in.
I'd say definitely ability to change one's mind, but equally I think that flip-flopping is a terrible thing.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
If you're going to change your mind,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't agree.
Maybe
I don't like the idea of flip-flopping, but
Consistency with the ever present option of the ability to change your mind.
So what did I say my answer was?
yeah, that works.
You said ability to change one's mind.
I'll go in with consistency.
Yeah, they persuaded you. You flip-flopped.
The point is, you
And I'll
need a
go with
balance of
ability to
both.
change my mind.
I don't know if I don't know that I actually value one more than the other, because I think you need both.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I do agree. Sammy,
So neither.
neither is not valid.
Yeah, I'm even more polarized because I see a lot in mental health, both extremes. I see people who cannot function without extreme levels of routine and consistency, and people who cannot be put in any box whatsoever.
I have a big long rant about how society has been broken, and if I do it, I will get something thrown at me from the left.
What, like the political left or me?
I think
No, directly to my left.
So yeah, I guess it comes down to the individual's needs. Like, as you heard, Badger specifically likes, it sounds like quite a bit of consistency. Whereas myself, I do like people to be reliable, but consistency, it depends on what you're meaning by that. If you're talking about consistently reliable, then yes, consistency is good. But I don't even take day by day. I take minute by minute. So yeah.
Very good answer. Right, I have to explicitly say hello to Lucy because she's going to shoot me if I don't. So, hello, Lucy.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello, Lucy. How are you this fine day?
I so
Also-
wish you see a beat in the chat the other night.
I was
You got
going to
Lucy.
say to you about. Yeah, she came in right after I got like massively sad.
Oh, should I read a little bit of my Lucy fan fiction?
No.
Kind of sitting there.
Oh,
Like,
is it like your Dave fan fiction? Is it?
No.
The Dave fan
That was
fiction seems
nerdy.
to be more
That
brutal.
was Nerdy's fan fiction.
We are not on the same question. We are on the Hey Lucy section of the show.
Yeah.
Right, the next question. Oh shit. Okay.
hang on.
What do you mean hang
I
on,
just
hang
wanted to
on?
add to the consistency bit. I am not at all spontaneous. So
Apparently you are.
if somebody
You just
says
interrupted the
something
next question to
I mean,
Yeah.
in terms of saying, I was like, do you want to go to the pub? I'm like, do you mean in 3 weeks?
Fair enough. Right. Question 336. Assuming that the Earth is flat and that we live under the
Damn you,
dome,
Dave.
why would we need an ice
I
wall?
wanna stop
Could
the
you
water
repeat the
falling off.
model?
Say again?
Can you repeat like all of it?
Right. Assuming that the Earth is flat and that we live under a dome,
Okay.
why would we need an ice wall?
If we had the dome,
glue
would we
the-
even need the ice? You know, yeah, if we had the dome, we wouldn't need the ice wall.
Because the dome would hold the water in.
Which is what I don't understand.
It's to
But this,
It's to glue the dome on.
It depends on if the dome is directly around us only, or if we are one of many little puddles in a much larger sheet of ice.
So you think the dome might not be?
That would explain the wall, but it would mean that the dome's not directly
bigger.
over us. Yes.
Maybe it's protecting the dome.
So we exist in sort of a bigger domiverse.
What the fuck is
Yeah.
Yes.
fuck did you bring
There
this
is
shit
actually
up?
flat earthers who believe that, Dave.
yeah,
I think that the
It's
dome
too soon
is.
for me, dude.
Sorry.
I think
Too
it
soon.
depends.
yeah. I mean, you got to give us time. You got to give us sort of like time in like detox. We don't want to, we don't really want to get into the mindset of thinking like flurfs.
It's okay, I've got to figure it out. So the dome, the ice wall is multi-layered. There are 2 layers to the ice wall.
Right.
There's an outer ice wall and an inner ice wall, and the dome slots in between them.
Ah. So you don't think the dome is actually held to the ground?
No, I think the dome is slotted in place by the hand of the creator.
Nerdy says the ice wall
how-
keeps everything in and gives jobs to the giants. They need to guard something.
Yeah. You,
Do we
So it's
have,
not
like,
just
a
me
night's
then, by the
watch
way. When I
there?
say again?
Do we have like a night's watch on all of the fucking ice wall?
Yeah.
yeah, they're called NASA.
NASA.
Fuck the fuck
They're just trying
off!
the dome doesn't come loose.
Isn't the ice wall so the angels can go skiing?
How would that work? It's flat. You see, so it's not just
Is
me
it
that
like
thinks the idea of the
from the
ice wall
edge?
and a dome is insane.
I think
We have
the
to,
whole
You
No,
know,
like,
flat
yeah,
earth
Earth
thing
is
is
fucking
insane.
insane.
Well, yes, I get
Nuts
that.
as fuck.
But I'm trying to take apart the individual components.
We
Don't-
have to ask Slarty
Oh,
Bart
you.
first, because I'm guessing you put it together.
Where's
No.
Anthony Riley when you fucking need him, eh?
Badger!
Badger.
Sorry, I was firing up the plastic.
The what?
The plastic.
The plastic. The excuse he uses when he's on his ship is he's powering up the ship. You need a little outboard on the back.
What do you think the estate agent sign's connected to?
Nothing. I mean, if we were using it as a rudder, it'd be the other way up.
It's the flag!
To be honest, Dave, you should have had this like a day or two ago, whenever it was we had question 333.
Right. Lucy wants to know how she hears her fan fiction. We've got to put that at the end of a very long, boring stream.
Well, if someone sends it to me, I'll do a dramatic reading on my channel.
Question 337. Who is the most inappropriate person you've had a sex dream about?
Oh.
I don't know.
Has Amanda broken or just got a massive grin on her face?
I don't know. She might have frozen.
Actually, she frozen died.
She's broken.
I'm here.
I think your camera froze though.
It's like fucking internet. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Did you hear the question?
No, I did not hear the question.
Question 337. Who is the most inappropriate person you've ever had a sex dream about?
Oh fuck me.
The idea of the dream.
Well, that's the point of the dream.
Alright.
I fear that badgers might be nearly red.
And could it say? Would it have been in? Would it be like just say like would it have been inappropriate at the time you had it, and then but or should you say okay at the time you had it, and then only later it's inappropriate because that person turns out to have been like a dick or something? You know?
Yeah, that's fine. We can accept that. You might want to proviso that with when you actually sell it, telling us the story.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think.
You had a Maggie Thatcher dream, didn't you?
Oh, Dave.
Does anyone remember in
Well, that would
GTA
explain
San
why
Andreas?
that would put me off sex. That's definite.
Does anyone remember in GTA San Andreas when that chronic masturbator was trying to like stop? So his friend told him to think of Margaret Thatcher, and he didn't stop.
That rings a bell.
See, these dream ones I have problems with because I struggle to remember my dreams.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole point of this is it's not really necessarily dreams, is it?
Oh, so you fantasize. I don't fantasize about inappropriate people.
Sammy.
Well, I might find out they're inappropriate afterwards. Yeah, I guess that's a point. But
Sorry, was the question who's the most inappropriate?
Yes.
yeah,
No.
I had a
comment.
dream once
No
where I had a
comment.
threesome with Sean Connery and Johnny Depp. So does that kind of count?
Okay, let me.
What, you remembered that dream?
I remember that.
I'll try and think of one appropriate enough to say.
Yeah, I'm pleading the fifth on this.
I'm
I'm
kind of-
so not answering.
I'm kind of reminded now of that old Stuart Lee routine about the celebrity Big Brother racism scandal from like about 10 years ago when there was some glamour model in there. Apparently, she said some quite racist stuff, and as a result, she lost a lot of like modelling work. So Stuart Lee actually made the observation that what this means is that the people in charge of magazines like Zoo, FHM, Nuts, and so on actually sat down and had a serious discussion over whether their readers would feel comfortable masturbating over images of a racist. And they came.
Did you say Nuts?
Yes, it's a magazine.
There's a men's
Is it
magazine.
a magazine called Nuts?
Yes.
Yeah, Nuts, Zoo,
With a
FHM.
Z?
I'm not sure I want to know.
That's just another.
With a
FHM.
Z?
But they come to the conclusion that they wouldn't. Now I think, to be honest, and I saw what Stuart Lee says, I think they that's really underestimating the readers of those magazines,
Yes.
who I'm sure would give it a good old go. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I don't
just
think they care.
The sheer wrongness of it might even heighten the, you know.
Right, Bill says Math Pig. Nerdy says Math Pig's mum. Trainbeck says me. Lucy says Kaz.
I don't know. I don't know how inappropriate. But it is. It's funny because it's someone I actually thought was a female, and had many a teenage mess over posters and magazines of this.
Are you about
person.
to talk about Hanson?
It was Taylor
Yeah.
Hanson.
Hanson?
And then I found out he was a boy, and I was like, okay,
What does that say about me?
interesting.
Who are we
Interesting.
talking about right now?
And Sammy goes, clean it and bring it to my room and I'll still have some fun.
Who are we talking about right
Don't
now?
bother cleaning him.
That's when I realised it didn't matter. It doesn't-
Technically,
It's my
Actually-
mess.
Dave, clarifying question here. You just said inappropriate dream.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't necessarily imply it has to be sexual.
I can see how you'd make that.
No, it's
mistake.
inappropriate person you've ever had a sex dream about.
But oh right, okay, okay. So I misread the question. So
I can see how you'd make that mistake now that I have googled.
Yes. A lot of people made that mistake. Nerdy says, I think I might have fancied a teacher. I could be making that up, though. Lucy says a squid, which means she's probably talking about Omegon. Bill says, I have genuinely had a lot of weird dreams that involve many of you. Not usually sex
I
dreams,
would-
though.
I'd really like to have a chat with him about that. Not a sex chat, although I'd be up for that if he was.
Lucy says, it's ironic that the best looking person on the panel has his camera off.
What do you mean? My camera's on. Look, I'm sitting here.
She wasn't talking about you.
I know, that's the Jew. I thought you were my biggest fan, Lucy.
Oh my god.
Okay, my actual answer is, I think my maths teacher when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
I had a science teacher.
I spent a bit of time sort of trying to calculate, I don't know, like breast circumference or something. I'm trying to make a math joke, it's not happening.
That's completely appropriate, though.
Is it though?
I didn't have any high school teachers who I thought were hot enough to be attracted to.
Students are going to fantasize about teachers.
you should have seen.
No,
some
none of
my-
mine were hot enough.
You should have seen some of my
Or
teachers
nice
had
enough
to do a hole in
people.
that period.
No, well, I was the same, Chen. I didn't really ever have any teachers. I
had a
way, but
chemistry teacher that she used to float across the floor because she had this big counter desk, right? So she'd write on the blackboard and she wouldn't move her legs. She would move just by using her feet, so you couldn't see her moving, and it just looked like she floated across the room.
Did you
But-
want to marry her?
Probably. I don't know. Probably not. That's probably not what I was thinking. I don't remember what I was thinking, but it probably wasn't
Nah,
that.
You just
There's something dirtier than that.
you wanted to marry her in the dirtiest way.
I had a high school science teacher named Mr. Peacock.
Say again?
Not. I had a high school science teacher named Mr. Peacock.
Oh, I thought you said that she sucked cock.
Well, he might have. We had a high school teacher that we used to tease about going to the Blue Oyster.
Why does that name ring a
Blue
bell?
I
You know what?
have some
Blue
context.
Oyster
Oh,
is
the
the
Police
gay pub
Academy,
from
yeah.
Police Academy.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
I know the
Ah.
reference.
We had a geography teacher at school who the rumor was that he wanked in his cupboard.
How often did you get locked in?
I don't know where this rumor came from, but somebody got hold of the administrator password for all the computers and changed the desktop background to Mr. Insert Name wanks in his cupboard.
Why did you do that?
I didn't do this.
Dave?
I have inappropriate dreams about everyone.
What happens in the ones with me, Dave?
You're the
Dad, we're
bottom.
all curious now.
You're the bottom.
The bottom?
Dave likes badger bum.
Oh, fuck me.
Fluffy.
Hashtag Badger is bottom
Well,
bitch.
given what Dave said, he's probably had that dream too, Amanda.
I will growl at you, Dave.
Go on, growl at me.
Another question has to be asked, Dave. Given that you've had inappropriate dreams about all of us, was it at once?
I don't think I've had all 5 of you at once.
Really.
Oh. Okay. What dream have you had with? What's the dream you've had with the most people currently here in it?
No.
I don't know, but you two just played out. you two just played out chapter 6 of my book. Growl at me, said Dave.
You should have seen what me and Lucy got up to yesterday afternoon.
Dave just can't stop thinking about me and my lack of a gag reflex. And I couldn't even say the fucking words.
Are you gagging on them? Oh no.
I haven't even had anything to drink. There's just no excuse for this.
No. Right, have I missed anyone in the chat? Robert says, I see that I'm just in time to keep the morality level up.
Nope.
No.
Nah.
Do you realise there are people out there dreaming about having sex with Trump?
Yes.
Ew.
I hope not.
We
Next
all
My
need
father
to
might be one of
We
them.
all need to take a moment to realise that is a thing.
No, we don't. We really fucking
That's the
don't.
world. That is the
Moving
world
on.
we live in.
Dave, next question.
Next question.
Yeah.
Where
Get
is
off
your
Trump.
God now?
No, don't think about it.
Right, question 338. Have you ever taken a lie detector test?
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
lie detector tests are bullshit anyway. So.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I have not.
Nope.
Does it count if you made one yourself?
I just have a kazoo that I play when I'm lying.
Did it work?
Did it work?
No, 'cause
Lie
lie
detector tests don't work.
anyway.
Well then,
There is a piece of
did you call it a test?
Well,
And did you take it?
the electronics manual that I made the circuit out of called it the lie detector test. I don't even. Do you know what the worst thing is? I can't. I must have put it on myself, but I'm sure I was building it viciously to put on my sister.
Mm. The thing is, it doesn't detect lies. It just detects different signals from your body.
It's basically conductivity.
Which, if you've built your own test and you're testing it and you go, my name's Bob, you're not going to really set off the signals anyway, because
no, of course
you're not going to be nervous about lying to yourself.
No.
They're a galvanic meter. They do exactly the same things that the Scientologists you do with their e-meters.
Yeah.
An e-meter is basically a lie detector.
Yeah, the e-meter is just a crude version, isn't it, of the polygraph, really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't they now detect your sweat and your temperature and your heart rate and your blood pressure and
they have expanded it to that, but it's still not an exact science. It's you can't tell.
No, of course
not.
not.
The only way that gets a reasonable accuracy is if they put you in a MRI machine.
And that only detects if you know you're lying.
Yeah, because if you can, that detects if you know you're lying. So if you're actively lying, if the lie you're telling is something that you actually believe, so a flat Earth could get in there and honestly say that the Earth is flat, and because they believe it, it would come out as true.
Yeah.
Would you be able to train yourself to fool an MRI?
You would have what you would have to do. Yes, you could. Right. What the MRI detects is you creating things, basically. So if you know the questions you are going to be asked, if you create a scenario already that you've already got a scenario in your head about everything you're going to be asked, you can recall that scenario.
Yeah. But you have to learn it like it's a full-on memory.
Yeah.
So it can't be like you're recalling it as a story. It has to be. You have to learn it to the point where you're recalling it like it's an actual memory. And at that point, you've basically convinced yourself that it was true.
Yeah, pretty much. So I suppose what we say is, technically it's possible. Whether or not it's actually feasible is a different matter.
But half my memories are made up on the spot.
Then they would all show as I mean, this is the interesting thing. You could fool one, but you would fool to fool it. You just lie to it constantly. They would never be able to detect anything useful.
Not with the MRI, because they know the areas of the brain that light up.
Yes, but they would show you were lying all the time. You're not giving them any information. Is my point.
Oh, that's true. Yes, you could do that, and people have done that for lie detector tests.
Yes.
Just lie about everything.
Yeah.
So they're a waste of time. Absolute waste of time.
Right. Next question. Question 339. If you had to be solid? If you had to be solidified as a material, what material would that be?
Oh.
I'm gonna go a silicon rubber. So that I could.
Now you're giving me ideas. Can we get you in the Can we get you in the traditional Da Vinci pose? The Vitruvian Man pose.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm silicon
Sammy's
rubber.
just thinking of his wife here.
No, I'm silicon rubber, Dave. You can put me in any pose you want.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going down that path. I just thought something solid but was still fluid enough that I could actually move.
Fair enough.
Because, a metal or stone or anything like that would even...
I don't know what Dave's going to pick.
Do you? What?
Yep. Titanium.
It's not valuable enough. I'm gonna go cobalt 60.
Yeah, but
no one would touch you.
No one would come within 100 meters of me if I was that much cobalt 60.
What's your half-life? About 60 years, though.
Long enough.
Yeah.
Intellectual Iconoclasm says carbonite. Santi says copper. Lucy says titanium. Manda says
I don't know. Now you got me thinking about like making money off of it.
Like, break off a leg and sell it.
It's you.
Yeah,
You
my
make
son
money
has
off it. It's
finger
you.
So my son has something to fucking live off of. So I guess platinum.
Well, you could just eat and get really fat and then shave your belly off a bit, couldn't you?
Oh, far out, Sammy.
I wonder how much people pay for weapons-grade plutonium nowadays.
I don't think I want my
I
son.
was going to say, like,
getting
uranium or
plutonium,
something.
though. That's the problem.
How about unobtainium?
Got to be real.
Then the blue cat people will be chasing you around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Trainbeck says full sugar iron brew.
That's not solid.
Oh! Intellectual Iconoclasm says
The temperature's cold enough.
metallic hydrogen.
Ooh, I like that answer.
I
was
hope
gonna
we have
go
got-
with a Bose-Einsteinian condensate, but
Then you just roll away. You just disappear. The slightest unevenness in the surface, and you'd have be gone.
you go.
Alias,
Imagine a hockey puck made out of that.
Alias says
Yeah.
silly putty.
I got it figured out.
Have you? What?
I'm gonna be red oak.
Red oak.
Yes,
Why?
because I like wood.
Say that again. Slower.
I like wood.
Okay.
Do you like woodworm, though?
Now you get you get your bloody worm.
Thanks,
away.
Dave. I got it.
Jen, did you answer?
I did a Bose-Einstein
Oh, you
condensate. I did.
Did Jeff?
What actually is that?
I'm gonna say something radioactive. I'm gonna say
Go with Cobalt 60 with
that'll
me.
help. That'll help with the old social distancing right now.
Social distancing, nobody would go within 100 meters of you if you were Cobalt.
Yeah, but that means I won't be getting COVID.
Oh, to Lucy, dust is actually very low in fat.
Dust is mostly, well,
But
the dust
my
around
question-
you is mostly human skin. My question is, if you're Cobalt 60, Jeff, could you do us a favour and go give a couple of people in America a hug? Start with a Hovid and then go up to a Trump.
Yeah, well, you see,
Why
as I
not?
point out, I don't actually necessarily have to get right next to Trump, really, do I?
You want to be sure.
No, in the same briefing room would probably do it.
It would.
Yeah, but if you irradiate Trump, all his hair might fall out, and he'd look exactly the same as he does now.
I was going to say, you
His
think you actually think
eyebrows.
that's his hair?
That's just his hair. He moves like his eyebrows and yeah.
You reckon he'd end up more
Eyebrow
ginger?
comb over.
Have you seen his eyebrows? He could comb over them. Or did you just say that, Badger?
He did.
Lucy says, this is all well and good, but what are any of you doing to save the bumblebees right now? You had to ask that on a day that Math Pig wasn't here.
I work in fucking climate change, okay? I'm doing something.
She's
I
doing
swear.
everything she can to make sure that climate change happens.
That's it. Okay, thanks.
I printed out an identification chart for my mother.
What?
Shush.
Wait, what?
She's something about identifying his mother. I
You know
would.
what? I'm gonna leave it at that.
Actually, I'll tell you what. I can tell you what we can do to save bumblebees. Is we could kill badger. Apparently, badgers eat bumblebees.
They don't.
They're spicy.
There we go.
Right, next
You
question.
roasted the badger, I mean.
He's going to come back tomorrow as a badger wearing a bumblebee suit.
Probably say, yeah.
I might.
Right, next question.
Hey, you didn't answer, Dave.
What was the question? I did.
Yeah, David
Cobalt
answered
60.
your question.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's Cobalt.
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry. You're right. You did.
I'm getting into trouble. I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything. Well, no, you did do something. That's the point.
Fuck you guys. Just fucking next question.
Right.
Jesus.
Question.
Yeah, next question.
Question 340. What is the most badass thing the human race has ever done?
Badass.
Badass.
Oh, that's easy.
Is it?
Yes, going to the moon.
Yeah, I was about
Damn
to say
good.
that.
Pretty damn
We
good.
went there. We had no idea if they were gonna come back, if they were gonna be able to stand on the surface, like any of it. Fucking look what happened to Apollo 13. They had to fix their shit with just what they had available. Like that shit was crazy. Okay. Yeah. Going to the fucking
Let's face it was the most reckless and dangerous thing we've ever fucking done as a species.
Hey, look at the first fucking Apollo mission. Look what happened. Okay, it blew up on the fucking tarmac, and they kept going. That was Apollo 1, but they kept going, and they did it. So,
And do you think
fuck
that's
yeah.
more impressive than the pyramids?
Yes, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just.
I mean, obviously, you put it in terms of context of technologies and whatever are available, but I'd still say that the moon landing is more impressive than the pyramids.
Fuck yes. Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna go with like really early humanity. When
That's where I was
there
gonna go.
Kind of tribes living in caves and battling all the like all the megafauna, like all the massive tigers and.
You mean when
like,
we
All
lived
the
with?
massive badgers.
You mean when we lived with
It's just,
dinosaurs?
No, not the fucking dinosaurs, you dingus. When humanity lived alongside things like mammoths and giant fucking ground sloths and stuff like that, and they would, you had like bears that are like 3 times the size of bears now, and humanity would have to actually battle these things regularly. It's just unfortunate that humanity won.
See, what about golden rice?
Well, I would say cooked food.
Okay.
What the fuck, Dave?
I'm not going into it.
We invented beer. So
Invented beer.
What is golden rice got to do with this question?
It's golden rice, and it's another thing as well, which
Can we slap the people in the chat, Dave?
no.
Why golden rice?
I'll explain later. It doesn't matter. The going to the moon's cooler. I'm just trying to be argumentative.
I know.
It's very hard to compare anything to going to the moon because so little else has taken so much effort.
It was so reckless and crazy and brilliant, and we did it.
But the problem
And,
is comparing it to the pyramids. I think is a realistic thing, but in terms of effort and time, the amount of effort that was required by a population.
The amount of science that went into going.
Oh no, I agree. But my point is not that the ingenuity, that the engineering wasn't impressive. My point being the amount of
I don't
human.
want to yell at the chat right now.
What is going on in the chat? Let me have a look.
I think what you're saying
I'm going to mute you before I do.
What you're saying is I think Dave's making an argument of it. I think being a sort of relative kind of
Yes.
argument.
Oh, it is very much a
Time,
relative.
I mean, I'm still going to go with the moon, but I see where you are making a decent relative comparison here.
Right. I mean, Badger, what would you did you answer?
Yeah, I said battling all the megafauna.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
It's just
You're right.
unfortunate that humanity won, because now we haven't got any fucking megafauna left.
To be fair, I don't think we killed most of it.
Don't include me in this.
You were out there with a blunderbuss.
I'm still out there with a blunderbuss. There's the bloody cull people keep coming for me.
Right.
Is that to hold back the zombies, is it, Badger?
Yes. Question 341.
Oh, thank God for that.
Who do you consider the best of Jesus' disciples?
Oh,
What?
Well, considering
Judas.
I'm not 100% sure any of them actually existed, but you mean in fiction?
I mean, within the context of the biblical texts.
who's that guy who
John.
pulled out a sword and cut that guy's ear off?
What?
John the
one.
Baptist.
In
Yeah, that
Gethsemane.
Go for the guy who somebody like disses his mate Jesus, and he just whips his sword out
It's
and
Peter
smacks
who
his
drew his
ear off.
sword, wasn't it?
Right, firstly, can anyone name the disciples? Are we the wrong
Nope.
bunch of people for this question?
Peter,
Actually,
John.
Can we stretch it to
Matthew.
apostles?
Judas.
Thomas.
Yeah, I can't remember the others. Thomas, yeah.
Thomas, I'm going to say Thomas is my answer as well.
I wonder if Jill can show up in
Simon.
the chat just for this.
Albert, Theodore.
You see, if I have to say, I think Thomas.
Yeah, that was my answer as well, yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes. Showed up in the nick of the time to save him from the cross.
Well, I heard Timothy, Titus, Peter, and John saddled a pig and couldn't get on.
Come hither, Titus.
Santi says Judas. But I think who do you think, Manda?
I don't know. I mean, considering I don't think any of it happened, but if it did, Judas is a good answer because he could have recognized that it was all bullshit. And that's why he turned on him. I don't know. I don't fucking care.
I'm gonna say Reg. Oh no, he's a disciple of Brian, wasn't he? I get them confused so often.
There was only one true Messiah.
Jim Bob.
Probably Thomas.
Well, Thomas is what I'd said.
Yeah,
Right,
Thomas
hang on.
was
let me look
yeah.
this up.
somewhat the skeptic.
I mean, in
of the
all
group.
honesty, without Judas, there wouldn't have been any story.
True.
Hmm.
And the problem
And
is that
it's pretty obvious that, given the way Thomas did things and Jesus telling Thomas to leave and everything, there was collusion between the two of them. You know, it was a big setup. It's probably why Judas killed himself, because if he hadn't cared and just wanted rid of Jesus, he wouldn't have killed himself. He would have taken his silver and
Wait,
gone off and
Judas
enjoyed
killed
himself
himself?
at the whorehouse.
Judas killed himself. I thought he
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
cut
Judas-
open and fell.
Well, depends on which one you read.
Version
Yeah,
you
it
read,
depends which
isn't it?
gospel you
Yeah.
read. But I mean, if you're gonna, if you look at it from a narrative point of view, it's more likely that it was a collusion thing between Judas and Jesus. And
Are Simon and Peter the same person?
Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
but there is another
Simon
Simon
Peter.
as well.
Mm.
There's Simon Peter, but there's another Simon.
They very often had two names, so the fact is, it's not even as simple as the all. Yeah, just
Okay, so the one that is two people who pulled a sword out and cut the guy's ear off. That's the one I'm picking.
that's the one you're picking.
God.
Right.
Yep.
Fine. Jen, who are you picking?
I don't know. Either be Judas or John.
Who's the one that had a dad called Zebedee?
That's the magic roundabout.
What, wasn't he the little bouncy spring dude in Magic Roundabout?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. One of the disciples had a.
Zebedee! Sorry. Showing my age there.
One of them, I'm pretty sure, had a father called Zebedee.
So Judas was communist.
What?
What?
So
Yeah.
reading the chat. Failing. Right, I'm going to go to the next question. Because Thomas was the right answer
Yeah,
to that
please.
question. The only skeptic among them.
Fine. You win. Go. Next question.
Question
Yeah, this next question.
Question 342. Have you ever made your own adult material? ... Published it? Question mark.
No.
I didn't hear any of those answers. You all answered at the same time.
No.
Yes and no. In that order.
Badger?
Well, I do have a
Okay, I
Pornhub
got it.
channel.
Say again, Amanda?
I understood what Sammy was saying.
Yes.
He had made it, but just hadn't published it. Just took me a second.
Very good.
Sorry, Badger.
Nice quick question.
There might be some going up on my Pornhub channel at some point soon.
But will it be of you? And you have to be in a Badger outfit.
Look,
He
you can
doesn't need an
literally
outfit,
see-
he's a badger.
you
Do
can
not
literally
ruin my...
see me.
Oh, I was
right
going to
now,
say
sitting
fancy
on
there, and
this
that's a
plastic
really
bag.
bad word to use.
I'm sure there's a market for badger porn somewhere, you know?
If you need ideas, Badger, I'll send you my notes.
God damn it.
Twitter me.
Can I have those notes as well? Just another reason.
Another reason.
I just want to read them repeatedly. Santi says
While
yes.
naked in the bathroom.
Like mental
Do you want me to
masturbation,
laminate
is that
the
it,
pages
Dave?
first?
Yes, please. That would be ever so helpful.
You said lemonade. Oh, that's a fetish thing as well, isn't it?
Santi said yes, never published. And Math Pig is home. Should we make him answer the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Math
I want to
Figure
know,
you
is there
made
piggy
any
porn out there?
No.
Little piggy. That's terrible.
Oh no.
There you are.
Right.
Big badger on pig action. There you go. You might be onto something there.
It's going to be really boring right now because of social distancing.
No, we need 2.5 meter long dildos, don't we?
Oh my god. Fuck.
Dave!
They exist, okay?
They exist.
Dave.
They don't.
Dave,
They have dildos on a
I
stick.
thought
Dave?
you'd know this, but
I
they
don't
do
even
have 2-meter dildos.
You can get
Just
You can get-
saying.
you can get what is
And
known as a
Dave, I don't
dildo
think I
back.
could actually deep throat one of them.
What, 2.5 meters worth?
Yeah.
You can get what is known as a dildo bat.
Well, I was
Dildo bad.
assuming you could get like a broom. Well, you can. I've seen them in documentaries. Dildos on what is a broom handle.
Documentaries.
That's actually difficult to organise. You just get a broom handle and a dildo and you sort it.
Exactly.
Just do that. You just make it like a spear or a javelin or something.
Yes.
You know.
Dave watches a lot of documentaries.
What are you watching, Dave?
One of the favourite
Very
things
British
I've seen
porn.
is when somebody made. Oh,
What?
actually, that makes sense in British porn. Just right, one of the best things I've seen is when somebody made a big floppy dildo into a drone and just flew it around some political rally.
Dave likes watching Linda Lovelace visit Antarctica.
Right. We need some decorum. What's the next question? I should read the question first.
Wait a minute. You absolutely did not
you
answer this one, Dave.
I don't know what you're talking about. Next question.
You put us into a live stream, this group of people here, and ask us these questions and expect decorum.
Yes.
Yes.
I demand it.
Dave,
Your internet's breaking up, Manda. I can't hear you.
Factly.
fuck you, Dave.
Next question.
Yes and no.
Yay!
Concerned.
Maybe. Maybe yes and yes. I can't quite remember.
We're just gonna go with
Always
yes
a big
and yes.
yes, isn't it, Dave?
Say
I
again?
can't remember.
Yes, pretty much. I'm happy to go with yes and no, and it's easier to live with.
Dave, just hypothetically, if you had posted such a thing, Where do you think you may have posted it?
If it helps, if it helps, it wouldn't be of me.
Okay.
Right.
So I shouldn't go searching.
Oh, I go
anywhere
searching.
specific.
Go searching.
I have a question though. I said no, but technically my demonstrations of not having a gag reflex could be considered that.
No.
Can you do that now?
No.
No.
No!
No.
It's been done. I've proven it. I'm not doing it again.
We get her
Can
drunk
you
for
get
that.
one of those big German sausages?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No. Right, next question.
No.
Question 334. Question 343.
Oh, this must be a Halo related.
Question 300.
Dave's got dyslexia.
When it comes to numbers. Question 343. If your house was on fire, which 3 items would you definitely leave behind, or even make sure they got burnt?
Ooh, I don't think I can answer.
Mm.
Fucked up.
My work uniform. One.
Let me just look around and figure it out.
Most of it, I'd make sure I got people out first and pets.
Because I know my partner will never see this. All her tiger shit. I'm sure there's 3 things there. There's like 100 things there. I would happily.
She collects tiger fishies.
Yeah, probably.
But doesn't having them not...
If it looks like a tiger, she would probably keep.
You know what the best thing is, don't you? If you manage to get rid of all her tiger things in a fire, that's 20 years of gifts you don't have to think about. You can just get it.
Yes.
I think we know who's not on Team Tiger here.
No, we're not going into that shit.
No, it's
Nope.
trouser.
So what's this about?
My vote
tigers?
is trouser.
Hashtag Team Tiger.
Ah,
That was yesterday, sir.
Yes.
All right. I think one of them would be Raiders of the Lost Shark.
Ooh, is that porn?
You'd think
What
so
was the
from the cover, but
question?
no.
you never answered the next, or you never asked the next question, did you?
Yes.
Why are we still talking about? Wait, then what was it?
What was the question?
If your house was on fire, what
Oh,
3
that's
items
right.
would you
That's right,
definitely
yeah.
leave behind? Slash.
How did we end up back at porn, though? I just don't
How was your
understand
answer? Raiders of the Lost Sharks. What?
There is a film that exists called Raiders of the Lost
Okay.
Shark.
And he owns a copy.
How about all the
this,
furniture?
I have this film on DVD
Why?
because the longer you look at the cover, the more you see wrong with it.
Why haven't you thrown it out?
Because the longer you look at the cover, the more you see wrong with it.
I'm going to say,
I
Badger,
thought
if
the
you
more
own a copy
important
of-
question
if you own a copy
was-
of this film, how can you
Go on.
knock any to Disney Star Wars if you own a film like that?
Because a film like that is just there. It's not ruining anything else.
But how did the film come to be in your possession?
Because I bought it in the pound shop.
Why?
I thought you said
Because they
pawn
had it
shop
in the
for a
pawn
second. Oh, you did say pawn shop.
No, the pound shop.
Pound shop.
Oh, the pound shop.
So you saw the very cover that you now hate so much,
No, I don't hate it. I think it's
like the look of
absolutely
that.
wonderful. But I'm saying if it was in a fire, if there was a fire, I wouldn't get it. I would not save it if there was a fire.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Well,
probably, but come back to me.
It's probably if there's quite a few things to be honest. I think.
There's a lot of furniture I'd throw on.
Yeah,
I'd be
all the
tempted-
furniture.
Yeah.
I'd be
I don't
tempted
care
to
about
throw a
that.
lot of computer equipment on as well, so the insurance will replace it.
Yeah. I have this. In quotes wardrobe. It's like a wooden frame with fabric.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
sides.
It's already been burnt.
It's been burnt a little bit. It could do. To be honest, it could do with being burnt a little bit.
A little bit.
But I
I
would
have a
save
second
the
item.
collection-
But go
I
on.
would save the collection of hats that are on top of it.
Fair enough. Go on, Sammy.
And I'll preface it with I'm allowed to pick on her because we've been together for 10 years.
Okay.
But it's my partner's music collection.
At
Just
least,
all your partner stuff.
at least,
Fire.
hey, at least the Nickelback. Give me that.
Oh.
I would actively throw that on the fire.
It's probably how the fire started, Jeff.
Yeah, doing all
It was
on the
probably me.
Set fire to the tigers.
And then Nickelback.
And the Nickelback. I've had enough.
Manda.
Oh,
No,
Nothing.
no, I mean, if people who know me well enough know what I would leave, it's fucked up. So I'm just not going to answer this question.
Jen.
Yeah, all the furniture. I don't care about that stuff.
There's nothing of anyone else's that you want to get rid of.
oh.
Nope. I'd let them choose their own shit.
I would say to Amanda, would you acquire a MAGA hat just in case this eventuality ever comes up in real life?
Oh, he's got one, I'm sure. So
I've got one
why?
because they had them in the pound shop.
What?
How long do you spend each week in the pound shop?
One of them.
Right, let me tell you a little thing about the pound shop. A few years ago, Trump was supposed to do a state visit to the UK. So the pound shop got a load of Trump memorabilia to sell for this visit, and then he just didn't show up. He just decided, I think somebody said his golf course was shit or something, and he just decided he didn't want to come. So the pound shop was like, oh fuck, we've got all this Trump stuff and everyone hates him. What are we going to do with it? I know, we'll sell it as Halloween costumes.
All right,
I'm certain that might be offensive to some Americans.
not me.
So I have it now. I have that hat because it
See,
pisses
the
off
fact that
certain
you-
friends
no.
of mine.
I was gonna say the fact that you kept the hat is kind of fucked, but
I have it literally because it pisses off certain friends.
Is
of
it well
mine.
made?
No, it's a
But
pound
sure.
shop one.
yeah,
The
all
ironic
of it
thing
is
about
in
that,
China anyway. So,
about those hats or that phrase, is that it's never actually applied until Trump was president.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
now,
Because it was his thing.
I think the next person should run with it.
Okay, I've got
Yes.
I've got a third item.
Make America better than the Orange Pillock did.
I've got a third item for the fire.
Go on.
So I'm assuming that the whole house is on fire.
Yes.
I have these old fireworks that I got years ago and then forgot about them, left them in a shed, and they went off. I don't mean they exploded and went off. I mean, I think they are expired. I would like to throw them into the house fire just to see what happens.
Well,
And,
you least that's one way to signal the fire brigade.
yeah, and hopefully it'll make a somewhat traumatic experience fun.
Right, any more for any more before the last question?
No, not last question.
I can tell you what it looks like because we had an actual fireworks warehouse full of fireworks that actually went up in town in my way about a year or two ago.
All right.
Wow.
Well, I'll top it off with a frog collection.
Frog collection. Tigers isn't enough.
Not one thing of yours. Not one fucking thing of yours.
No, but the whole
Oh,
point of this was it's normally your partner's things you want to get rid of. Your things you like. If you don't like it, you get rid of it.
Shit's cool.
Yeah, shit's cool.
All right.
Right, Sammy, what's the first thing that she'd put on the fire?
After listening to this conversation, probably you.
Yes, she would probably lock me in. She'd leave and lock the door behind her.
Come on, though. You're
That's
burning
not biased,
Nickelback CDs. You're doing a public service.
True.
Listen to that.
She wouldn't see it that way.
Right. Question. Oh, I pressed the button. Question 344. What product would you willingly promote for free if it meant a lifetime supply would be yours?
Ooh. Well, I'd like to do that, but I'd like to do chocolate, but it would be really bad for me.
We already established it would kill you.
If it was
It'd
legal,
kill me.
if it was legal here, pot.
Oh, nice. Well, because Jeff said weed, I'll say phones. Like,
Well,
I'd love to get free. Oh, fuck Apple.
Samsung?
Yep.
Although saying that at this point in time, I wonder if I could get away with just saying Google and have the complete range of Google products as they innovate.
Oh, yes.
That's fucking cheating.
How about if I promote a company like
Google,
Mazzucchelli, which
yes.
is a jewelry shop?
If you come round near me, though, promoting Google Glass, I'm going to slap you so hard that your Google Glass will go to the sea.
Are you saying I should wear my Google Glass when we meet?
No.
Mathpig says Jaffa Cakes, and I'd be hard pushed to argue with that.
Jaffa cakes should be. Well, see, this is like, if I'm going to be promoting like pot, I think Jaffa cakes would be an essential second.
Yes.
You have to get a multi-product deal going.
Yeah, you need to.
What you need to do is just you need to go in with someone else. I'll promote Jaffa Cakes, you promote pot.
Yeah, we just split it between us, and we're set for life. Then you know.
Go on.
I'll promote government bonds.
That's terrible and doesn't say anything.
Yeah, but if you promote them, won't they become less valuable?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'd still have a
because-
lifetime supply of them, where they're still going to be worth something because governments guarantee it.
Can I just promote alternative energy?
So you get a lifetime, but everyone else... Yeah,
But I could put it wherever I needed it if it was needed. I'd be like a superhero of alternative energy. Come on. You got to do Google fucking products.
Amanda's going to be Captain
But
Planet.
then I can say, I picked a company. You picked an industry.
Google can
Okay.
put my blinds up and down.
Yep. Can alternative energy do that?
That's fucking cool, man.
Mathpig says, the Jaffa Cakes are mine. I think he meant to add to the start of that, fuck off, the Jaffa Cakes are mine. I think he's already made claims. Right.
Outstanding.
Very much so. On that note, we shall say goodbye.
Oh, hang on, I haven't answered yet.
Have you not answered?
I was
didn't
trying
answer
not to
either.
talk over
Amanda
people.
hasn't
I
answered
was
this
being
one.
Oh, well,
nice.
this is... Oh, fine. Go on.
Actually, I thought you did
Fucking
answer.
worst, Dave.
I'm doing bad.
Yeah. You haven't answered. I've forgotten the question.
Right.
Dave, what's the question?
I actually remembered the question this time.
I'm going to fall off my chair.
What was the question?
Question 344. What product would you willingly promote for free if it meant a lifetime supply would be yours?
Battenberg.
Battenberg. Fuck it.
That was
You
so
can have it
predictable.
all.
I did answer. I
What?
did answer. I said, fucking.
You said free energy.
Yes. But it wasn't a real answer. You're going to give a real answer now.
What's
Probably my
Battenberg?
coffee.
Coffee.
Hamburger's a cake. Yes.
Horrible. isn't it?
Cake.
Yeah.
He can have it all. We can ship it all to
Anything
him
in
now.
the world, and you want cake.
Yes.
I don't. Actually,
I suppose Dave said Jaffa cakes.
No, I didn't.
Just a second.
I was just reading what
Matt
Matt.
picked it then, but
Yeah.
Oh, you said Google.
I said
I
Google.
just
My
mentioned that
fucking Batman
Jaffa cakes
pick.
might be essential if I'm going to promote weed, because you're literally going to get the munchies, aren't you?
Yeah.
Can I just try something? I've never tried this before, and I'd just quite like to, since we're talking on this subject here.
Weed laced Jaffa cakes.
That'd be nice. Shush a sec.
Sorry,
Shush a
I
sec.
had to
Shush a
say
sec.
Psilocybin Jaffa
Shush!
cakes.
Shush. Okay, Google, play Nickelback.
Fuck off.
No.
No. No.
Fuck off.
Okay, Google. Show me some tiger pictures.
You'll get pictures of a little snake.
Yes. So we got coffee, hot. I forgot what Jen said.
Government bonds.
Oh, that's a terrible answer.
It's a brilliant answer.
Badger said Battenberg, and he's going to change his picture so we don't get distortions.
Except we are.
It's okay, I'm going to mute him. And Sammy. What the hell happened in the sea then? And what did
Tsunami?
What did Sammy say? Forgotten what Sammy said.
Looks like Sammy gave an answer.
Phones
You did, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
or
Yep.
tech,
Samsung.
Very
tablets, anything, Samsung.
Santi said magic mushrooms. Who's going to supply them?
No.
Well, I did say psilocybin Jaffa cake,
Yes.
so
Trainbeck said full sugar iron brew. Do they make full sugar iron brew anymore?
yeah, I think they still make it.
Right.
So pure diabetes in a can is otherwise known as.
You sounds about right. On that note, I get to say thank you to Sammy. Thank you to Badger. Thank you to Jeff. Thank you to Amanda. Thank you to Jen. Thank you to
Did
everyone
all
in the
my
chat.
friends have fun at play?
No. Thank you to everyone in the chat. And say Happy Earth Day. Remember,
Happy Earth Day to you.
you're meant to be, considering the fact that we are currently using about 7 times the amount of resources the planet can continue to provide, and killing it off in numerous ways.
You are stepping all over my shit, Dave.
Well, you could have said it at any point.
I'm kidding. Go on.
Happy 6,001st birthday to the Earth.
Oh.
4.32? No, I think it's older than that now. Years old today.
4.6 billion, isn't it?
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Are we still here?
We there?
We're still here. We're just having a hissy fit end because I was going to do the Happy Earth Day thing and make us all sing, you know, good half an hour jamboree, and go
No.
forward from there. No, right,
That's
good.
fine, but I
Birthday
really
thing
need a
actually
shit.
pisses me off a little bit.
You need to find land first. You're not allowed to do it in the ocean.
Nothing you can
All
do
the
that
fish
can't be
do.
done.
That's fish shit. Right. I'm going to say
Well,
goodbye to
you
everyone.
humans can talk. You pipe it there.
Shush! Say goodbye to everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye.